Hello, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are all across the globe. This is Myra McKnight with another reflection addiction for you today. Man, there are so many things that I want to encourage you about. As some of you all who are following me, you all know, I am a relationship expert and I have been doing this for over 25 years. I'm not to date myself. Been in business for over 15 years. A Better One, Better Two Relationship Academy. And what I do is work with couples to bring their relationship back to wherever they choose for it to be. But the primary thing of what I do is I work with women. And I work with women to teach them and hold them accountable for being their best self. To let them understand that being in a relationship can be an amazing thing, amazing part of their life, and they can grow from it. And my goal is to help women to understand that first of all, you are a woman, then you become a mother, then you become a wife, or you become a partner. That each one of those jackets or hats that you put on require a special thing. You require something special from your children because you're a mom. You require something special from your husband because you are his wife. You require something special, from your parents because you're a daughter, or your sibling because you're a brother or sister. But at the end of the day, those things that are required to us, from us as a woman, have been dismissed. Those things have not been addressed. And a lot of times when they're not addressed, we don't know how to address them because we're not on our journey. We don't know who we are. So we are in flux with the mindset of what we should be and how we should be. I came across something that kind of concerned me for women, and it talked about women understanding their husband. Someone put out something of how do you foolproof, affair-proof your marriage or relationship. How do you stop an affair? How do you stop it from happening? How do you keep it not coming into fruition? Well, I don't believe that you can do that. I don't see how you can do that unless you have a crystal ball. If that was the case, then there wouldn't be any adultery in the relationships and no one would be blindsided and women wouldn't be crying and hurting and screaming in disbelief of what has happened to them when they find out that their husband or their partner has cheated on them. How do you affair-proof a relationship? In the nutshell, no, you cannot. What you can do is put yourself on a journey that if something like that's happened, you are able to recover from it. That's one thing. The other thing what you do is you have to be open, you have to be honest. And some people don't do that. I know when my husband and I do premarital, a lot of other places, organized institutions, they don't talk about two things, domestic violence and adultery. I do. I talk about it with my young people when I'm doing premarital education, and I talk about it to women who are getting ready to get married. And women, what we do with the education is I talk with women who are getting ready to get married without her partner. And I let her know some of the obstacles that face us as women in our lives of being a wife. And I talk with women about looking for the hanging fruit, looking for the landmines. You can't stop a person from having an affair if they choose to. You can lock them where you want to lock them at, but they'll find a way to get out because they got another key and they got a mind of their own. If that person doesn't have a crystal ball on top of his head, you can't see what his next move is going to be. If you can't read his mind, you don't know. So it tells me, why should I be thinking about it 24/7? Why should I be wondering if he's going to do it? No, I don't do that. But what I did do, my husband and I had a conversation before we got married, and my hope to him was that if you choose and if you decided that you didn't want to be with me anymore, I would hope that the man in you will come out and say, this is where I'm at in my life and this is what I want to do. Give me an opportunity to be engaged in the decision that you've made. And of course, I'm not going to say, well, I'm going to fight for you. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't know where that kind of stuff comes from. If a person has made up in their mind that's what I want to do, then who am I to tell you, no, you don't want to do that. You want to stay with me. That's what you want to do. Oh, you don't want to do that, and I'm not going to let you do that. How in the freaking can I tell him anything different? He has his own mind, and he knows what he wants to do. If he has made a mistake, oh well, who is that on? Not me. And I'm just speaking to you from a realistic standpoint. Again, I have to say it. Marriages and relationships are not like they used to be 40, 50, 60 years ago. They're not like they used to be 25 years ago. I think a lot of things that women went through back then, they wouldn't go through now. They was like, deuce out. There's no way I'm going to let you cheat on me 4 or 5 times and I can stay here. There's no way I'm going to let you cheat on me 1 time and just stay here. And I've had some women where the guy has cheated on her, and what she did was she wouldn't have cheated on him. It puts the woman in a bad situation because you're putting notches on your belt that you don't even want. You're doing it from an emotional standpoint. There's never a reason for a woman to go out and have an affair on her husband or her spouse. There's never a reason for it. There's never a reason for a man to do it either. But what has happened in society has told men that it's okay and that we'll accept it. And men will do it and say, oh, it just happened. It never just happens. There was always an intent. There was always a plan. And it's pretty much premeditated. But this is to say that you cannot proof it. You cannot affair proof. You cannot, unless you're riding around with a flashlight in the daytime and you got a private eye on the heels of your man 24/7. What kind of life and living is that? What you can do is you. All about you. All about you. Put that energy in you. Make sure that you don't do those things. Make sure that you're clarified and you're understanding, and make sure you talk to him. Make sure you say periodically, do you love me? Do you still love me? Do you want to be in a relationship with me? Are we having some problems? You know when you're on your journey if you're having problems with your man. You know that already. A lot of women turn a blind eye to those relationships that are going on, and you already know something ain't right. But then you don't want to be assertive enough to say something about it, and then he'll tell you, oh, you're crazy, or you're thinking out the box. Well, you know what? You're going to have to be crazy, because you're going to have a conversation. If you feel something, say something. Again, ladies, if you feel something, say something. If your man comes in the house, he's been working all day and he has a routine, watch his routine. You know his routine. If he skips something that he didn't do that he used to do, and he does something different for a couple of days, that's a question. That's a conversation. Babe, you feeling okay? I have one lady, her husband had been working all day. He'll come home, get something to eat, and kind of sit down, kind of chill, talk to the kids and talk to the wife. This one particular day, she couldn't get him on the phone, and he was kind of like, kind of ho-hum a little bit. But then he came home and went straight to the shower. She said, that's unusual. Straight to a shower. It's not what you do. You come in, you sit down, you talk. He couldn't even look her in the eye, went straight to the shower. She didn't say nothing about it until we were in our counseling coaching class, and she said, you went straight to the shower. And he's shocked. He's like, well, what that mean? He didn't look at her. He didn't kiss her. Didn't kiss the baby. He says, oh, I was dirty. That's why I went. I was dirty. Well, take it for what you want to take it for. As the woman of the house, the wife of the house, then whichever you think it is, more than likely it is that. But you don't wait to make a conversation about it. You don't wait to say something, because when you do that, you make that man think he's gotten by. Even if you don't have a confrontation, you can say this: I noticed that you took a shower when you came home. That's unusual. Why'd you do that? Oh, really? Okay. Oh, I just want to let you know I noticed that. Boom, done. Don't even have a conversation anymore. You're done with that. But you take it and you put it in your backpack, because you might need to refer to it later. Just a tidbit for you ladies. This is Myra McKnight with Reflection Addiction. Reflect on that and have a great day, and I will see you on tomorrow.